Brooklyn Finest, 2940. Are you from Brooklyn? Welcome, y'all. I'm Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. We're going to have a special live tonight. Gio caught you. Mr. Will is here. One and only fashionista, Chris. Hey, let me know in the chat what city you calling from. Sister Donna 55. Is that you from the ATL? I just came through the ATL airport this morning from the Power Networking Conference. Solomon Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. Brother Solomon, where you from? All right, Brooklyn. I haven't been to New York in a minute. I'm due for a Brooklyn trip. It's been a minute. Let's see, who else we got in here? Oh yeah, Sister Donna from Memphis. Okay, Sister Donna. Gio caught you. Where you from? Happy Sunday to you too. Solomon, Mississippi. Man, Mississippi, I ain't been there in years neither. Who is Gloria Joy? I got something special to announce to y'all. I'm excited. It's a milestone. Flint, Michigan. I had a roommate in college that was from Flint, Michigan. All right, live in ATL. I see you. Who is Gloria J? Where you calling in? Where you chiming in from? Fashionista, Los Angeles. All right. I got to be in LA in the next few weeks. It's hot out there, though. Let me tell you something. It was so hot in Houston, it didn't make no sense. And people kept saying to me, like, yeah, but you like Africa. I said, this is hotter than Africa. Let's see. Pretty Bully Fitness. Where are you calling? Where are you chiming in from? It was in the hundreds in Houston, like hot, unbelievably hot. I had to get back to Chicago for a press event today, and when I looked at the temperature gauge in the car and it said 73, I was like, whew, I can breathe. Pretty, I see you, Houston, hot. I think it was like 100 and something. When I left this morning, it was damn near 100 degrees. I love Houston, actually, but I'm good on y'all with this heat because it is hotter than Africa, for real, for real. It's just not that stuffy in Africa. Oh, 105 today? Okay. I think yesterday it was like 108 or something. Let's see. Charles CMMO. Where you from? I got a milestone to talk to you guys about and a special gift. Yasina Mariam, assalamu alaikum. Where are you from? Is it over 100 degrees in Memphis, Sister Donna? That's crazy. Because the thing is, in Houston, you just didn't get any breeze. There was no break, like not even in the morning. So Chicago, other than today being a little cloudy, it's been good. We've been in the high 70s, low 80s. I've seen people with a couple jackets on today. Normally that would make me panic, like, wait, is the winter coming? But I didn't even care. Yeah, she said days on end. Yeah, it's hot. They said this is the hottest summer in history. Detroit, what's the weather like up there in Detroit, Sister Yasina? I haven't been up in Detroit. Do I have to go there soon? I don't think so. I don't think so. So come on in the room. It's interesting. We got 7 people on here so far, and I have an announcement that includes a 7. So we'll give it, I said I was going to start right at 6. So we'll give it a couple minutes. I have here in the chat pinned the link for my book, which we're going to be talking about today. Today is the 7-year anniversary of my book, The Mind of an Entrepreneur. And I got a gift for y'all for that. You can't wait to go to Cali next week. Pretty Bull Fitness. Yeah, but Cali's hot too. One of my girls from LA just told me it's been in the hundreds there too. Oh, 72 in Detroit. Okay, that works. Y'all kind of like us a little bit. Yeah, so the link that I have there is for my book, The Mind of an Entrepreneur. I don't know how many of you all have it. We're going to talk a little bit about this today. This is our This is my 7-year anniversary for the book. And I'll talk to you about what I've done instead of, in the Bay Area, 79. Okay. I'll talk to you about what I've done instead of releasing additional written copies of the book. We're going to share a little bit about that. And okay, Sister Donna, if you have it, you're going to get a special gift today. So stay on here. We're going to go, I'll start talking about it. Give us 2 more minutes. Tell a friend, let them know I'm live. Anybody here? Okay, let's see. Mansa Gold. That's like Mansa Musa. Where you chiming in from, Mansa Gold? Sister Donna said, woo, that's right. Got a gift for you, sis. How many of you have liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel? I got you too, Pretty Bull Fitness. I got a gift for y'all. If you've already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Thumbs up in the chat if you've already liked and subscribed to the channel. He said Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. All right, Mansa Gold from Memphis. Who else we got on here? Okay. If you have the book, you're going to get a gift. You're going to have to prove to me that you have it. So I'll tell you how you can prove to me. One and only fashionista Christina, I got a gift for you. If you have it, I'm going to do a crazy, crazy gift. Like, this is going to just show y'all how nuts I am truly. And I'm operating off of about 2 hours of sleep, so I might be a little slap happy, so I might regret this a little later. But it's going to be a gift. This is what we're going to do. I'm on here looking a little crazy, but sometimes we worry about how we looking. Sometimes we might think that we, don't look right, but sometimes other people don't look right neither. I remember taking a modeling class years ago because I used to always feel some kind of way about my face and my body and all of that. And they gave me the best advice. Not able to give a thumbs up, but I've subscribed. Okay. All right. You're right. I'm sorry. We're on a different kind of chat. You can't give a thumbs up. Just say you've already liked and subscribed. Type yes in the chat if you've already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. Thank you, Yasina Mariam. Type yes in the chat if you've already subscribed. I took this modeling class, and they were telling me that my face is very geometric. So depending on the angle, I can change my look, whether it's up, down. And so they were showing me also the geometry of my body. And how different turns and different clothes, I can either look taller, shorter, bigger or whatever. But yeah, so sometimes we just get our angles wrong and we don't feel good about ourselves. But I tell my clients all the time, don't worry about that. Sometimes you feel like, I gained a little weight. Well, other people gain weight too. Sometimes you may feel like I'm a little thin. Well, other people thin too. Some people ain't cute. Some days, everybody don't have cute days all the time. So it's okay. You just got to get up and do what you do. Consistency. If you all don't know anything about me, consistency is my middle name. And I don't care what it look like, what I'm doing, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to get up and do it. There's some days where I don't feel like I look right. Some days my allergies ain't working with me. Some days I'm rushing. I ain't got time to dress up for y'all and put a little powder on my face. But look, it's days where other people don't look their best. It's it's whatever. So we got to be better in our own skin. Interesting. I was at the Power Networking Conference this week with Dr. George Fraser and a bunch of really powerful Black entrepreneurs. And I wanted to make this offer, but I didn't get a chance to. It came to me because a sister came up to me who said that she had been listening to me and following me since the beginning. And a lot of times, people say that. And I was just kind of like, Okay. But she started telling me about some of the shows and some of the things, and I was like, wow. And so I just felt really blessed and very honored that you all would be supporting my brand, for all of these years. I started out just video blogging or audio blogging because I love talk radio. Jav 13077, welcome. Let me know where you are joining us from and give me a yes in the chat if you've already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. Thank you, Montego. Thank you, one and only fashionista Christina. Thank you, Yasina, Mariam. I see y'all with the yes. Give me a yes if you've already liked and subscribed. So yeah, I started out just audio blogging because I've always loved talk radio. And when I was really young, my mom used to listen to talk radio every morning before she went to work. And I don't know, I just loved it. When I was in college, I remember I didn't care about having a TV. I just had my radio, and I love listening to talk radio. And I would sit up and listen till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Dr. Laura Schlesinger and all these people on there helping folks with their problems. But I just love it. When I was listening to Tavis Smiley at the event this weekend, Mauricia Alexander, welcome. Let me know where you're joining from. And if you've already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel, type yes in the chat. What city you from, Mauricia? So anyway, Tavis Smiley, he was saying that he is starting the first Black talk show radio network or station, I think it was. And I didn't get a chance to beeline over and talk to him because he ended up leaving early. But I was like, oh, I got to find out more about that because I love talk radio. But I started out audio blogging, talk radio style, on Blog Talk Radio now 14 years ago. And it was right after my father passed away, and I just wanted to talk. And I knew my life was going to another level. It was one of those pivotal moments where I was like, things are about to change. And I just wanted to talk. And so I was on the road as a consultant, traipsing up and down the country and around the world. And in the evenings, when I would get back to my hotel room, because I was always very particular socially with how I interacted with people that I worked with. Because oftentimes they did things that I just didn't do. So even if they had a get together, I'd go for a little while and then I'd go to my room. But I'd end up in the evenings, usually just kind of pent up in the room with a salad, and I'd start audio blogging. And so I started the Authentic You Radio. Mr. Truck 19, hey there. Hey you, let me know where you are joining us from. And type yes in the chat if you have liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about the 7-year, and we are talking about the 7-year anniversary of my book, The Mind of an Entrepreneur. And I got a special gift for you all tonight in honor of the 7. But anyway, quick history. So I would audio blog, and I would just talk about, because I was getting so much experience and so much was coming to me so fast that I just wanted to share it. So I'd share information about different industries that I was working in and different things, all that I could share. The challenging thing about the consulting world is that everything's always so confidential. You can't always say what client you were working on, but I would find a way to get the information out there and to share. And so it became a hit. And people started to really like it, and people would, stop me in the street and say, hey, are you the Authentic You lady? Some people would recognize my voice, which is crazy. And then I started having guests. So then on the Authentic You Radio, I started the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. And so it was 2 shows, the Authentic You, which technically is now like Sajdah Saturday Morning Coffee Talk. And then Mind of an Entrepreneur has always been that. And it's almost like what was being downloaded into me was coming so fast that I also started writing. So I actually have like 3 volumes to this book. And this was just the first volume. And it was all about mental strategies to help us navigate the world of business. I'll tell you a funny story about the cover in a minute. But anyway, so everything was coming to me so fast. I was audio blogging, I was writing. It was just like, I just couldn't. I had a little recorder on my phone where things would come to me and I would just say it. And so I started publishing. I put out a few ebooks, and then I put out this book. And this book originally was like 350 pages. And I worked with a consultant who told me that they said people don't read and nobody's really going to pay attention. So why don't you do something else with the content? And I was like, okay. So I put this smaller book out, and I'm grateful because you all loved it and I appreciate it. And I believe it's added some value to you guys in your world and in the business world. We're going to talk about that a little also. But the rest of it, what I did was in 2016, around the same time, earlier of the same year when this book came out, I was in the development phase of the Massage Envy franchise. We were in a building in Silver Spring, Maryland, that is the same building that Radio One is in. And I was there working with the construction folks. I came up with this cool idea on how to divide up the space. Minister Keith, welcome. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Let me know what city you are joining us from and type yes in the chat if you have already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. So anyway, I'm in the lobby of Radio One. I'm actually waiting on the engineer because we were in the same building, but we had a different entrance. We were in like one of the retail spaces around the corner. And I had come up with this really cool design idea to divide up the space. It was a retail space that used to be an Office Depot. And if you know anything about Office Depot, you know their spaces are usually huge. And so I had sketched out how the space could be divided into 2 retail spaces and made some suggestions on some changes to the HVAC system and to the ingress and egress of the building, and presented it to the owner of the building. And the only thing, it worked out, but almost. There was one piece of it that was a little weird. So when I came up with the design, they were like, okay, we like that. And I said, we want, this half of it. And I wanted the corner, which was on Georgia Avenue and, what street is that? Wayne, Georgia and Wayne. And they gave it to FedEx. And so I took the space that was going down Wayne a little bit, which is fine. Very highly visible space. The space is one of those spaces that has so much traffic that it was more traffic than what I would have gotten if I had taken out an ad on radio or television for that space. So it was very valuable space. I wanted the space. I was in there waiting for the engineer, I think, to let me in. Because those of you who don't know, when you franchise, the franchise piece is not just about how you deliver the goods and services. The franchise also includes what the build out looks like, and the vendors you have to use, the construction, the colors. You can't just do your own thing. I had in the back of my mind, I wanted this really elegant, elaborate spa. And they was like, no, Wendy, you're not doing that. So anyway, I needed to do some measurements because I was trying to be in compliance with my franchise agreement. And I'm standing there in the lobby, and there was two women who walked up, and one introduced herself to me, and the other one said, "Wait, are you the mind of an entrepreneur lady?" And I said, "I think so." And she said that she listened to my show on Blog Talk Radio, and so she offered me a show on Radio 1. So that's how I got on the radio there in DC before I moved back here to Chicago. So yeah, so that's kind of how it started. And then later that year, I decided to break the book down. I came out with this smaller book, and then the rest of the topics that were the other 250 pages of this book that I did not release in print form, I did them on radio form on Radio 1. So you guys, you can go back and listen to that. Some of them are on Spotify and I think even on my website. So if you have the book, I have a gift for you. If you don't have the book, if you use this link right here that I got pinned and get the book, then you're going to get a gift. So that's kind of how that went down. The idea behind the book was to just help people to understand mental strategies. What I learned in business, and even this week, just kind of checking things out at the Power Networking Conference, I noticed that, and I don't know why this happens in our community, but we're all kind of teaching the same things, right? It's not that these things aren't important, but we're just all kind of teaching the same things. We have a lot of people talking about the proper use of insurance, which is important. We need that. How to use insurance to transfer generational wealth. Important. We need that. We have a lot of people talking about that. We have a lot of people talking about how to sell products online, digital product selling and all of that stuff. Sister Donna said, ordering another copy because I took ownership of my husband's book. It's mine now. Okay, praise be to Allah. So we have a lot of people talking about that. A lot of people talking about how to sell online, what to do, how to create a product and sell online. There's a lot of people talking about that. Just about every subject, there's a lot of people talking about it. But what we're not talking about are some basic core principles that involve mindset and intention that are going to be key for us as a people in order to be successful. Okay. S. Rakaz, welcome. Let me know what city you joining us from, and type yes in the chat if you've already subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. So not enough people talking about mindset, not enough people talking about generational health. Cups of Inspiration 88, welcome. Come on in the room. Let me know where you chiming in from. Not enough people talking about that. Not enough people talking about true strategy. Because here's what happens. We open up businesses, and because of how we have the model set up, it's only so much money we're going to make. And while we may enjoy a certain amount of success, usually I can look at the model and about tell you what you're probably going to make. I don't do it often because people get offended, and I don't like killing people's dreams. And it's not even that that's a dream killer, but it's okay. You're just not going to make that much money. You might just own your job, and maybe that's what you want to do. But there's just not enough talk about that, about strategies, about crisis management. What do you do if you get in trouble? Not enough money about generational health. Not enough conversation, about generational health. Not enough conversation about just uniting and being intentional about our lack of criticism. And we talk, especially those of us that are conscious and those of us that are in the nation, we repeat the phrase that when we were brought here in chains, the science of business was taken away from us. And I don't know that we actually really know what the science of business really is. Because you see, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he gave us the real science of business. And it's not all this technical stuff that a lot of us get caught up in. And I'm going to give you an example as to why it's important, but it's not as important as you may think it is. Because there's a lot of people that go into business and that are very, very successful that don't have a technical skill to save their life. But he told us to unite. A lot of us don't like that phrase because we can't see ourselves uniting. And what I say to people is that often, and you're probably right, short of crisis economics, we probably won't all unite. Do you guys know what crisis economics is? Crisis economics is when a crisis hits your community and it forces financial behaviors that usually result in unity. Perfect example of that is the Asian community. They were redlined and really prevented from opening businesses in many, many neighborhoods. They were forced to come into our community and do business. They came in our communities. They treat us like shit. They made a ton of money. And oftentimes all Asians don't always get along, but they got along for the purposes of achieving their goals, which in many cases is just not something that we have gotten to the point yet where we are ready to do. To the point where they united and were so effective in that Asians now out-earn every other ethnicity in the United States of America. They don't give us credit for what we've done for them as a people, because despite them coming into our community and abusing us, there's been some backlash, but not a lot. We continue to take it and become exploited. So when we think about uniting, we don't like hearing that word, or we don't like hearing that concept because we can't see ourselves uniting. And what I like to say to people is that maybe you don't have to unite with everybody. Maybe you need to unite with like-minded people who are kind of your group, your circle. And so you start the unification process that way. Because the other way to get black folks to unite is when they see some success. That's why you see us all teaching the same thing oftentimes over and over and over again, because once we see one person make money in real estate, everybody's in real estate. Everybody's flipping houses. Once we see one person go, yeah, I left my child $1 million, then everybody now goes, okay, I'm into insurance. Not that these aren't good things for us to go into, but we kind of have a herd mentality when it comes to business and finance. If somebody's into hair care products and weaves, then we all kind of rush over. We're really, our herd mentality is really interesting. If it's hair braiding, whatever it is, all of a sudden we all are starting to do it and it becomes a trend. It's another way. But don't think of it as something that you have to do, that we have to do in mass numbers, right? We can do it in smaller groups and allow that to mushroom. So don't discount unity as part of the science of business. And I know when you all hear the word science, let me look up the word science for y'all, because I know a lot of times when we hear the word science, we're looking for something that is so deep and so complex. But I'll be honest with you, it's simple. It's in the simple stuff that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us. So science is the systemic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation, experimentation, and the testing of theories against the evidence obtained. Okay. Welcome, ASA 92. Meat Cox, welcome. Tita, I am Hustler 42, welcome. Those of you who are just joined, let me know what city you are joining from and give me a yes in the comments section if you've already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. Okay, so science, it's just a systemic way of doing things. When you have a system, that means consistency. A systemic or a consistent way that you handle things or do things. So you heard me say, some of you will hear me say all the time that consistency is my middle name. I'm consistent. That's how I've been blessed to have certain levels of success. Minor Braids, welcome. Come on in. Let me know where you're joining from. So unity. The other piece of that is, as the messenger said, obviously pooling our resources. And you can find 2 or 3 people together and open up a business and just make it a bigger business. Because oftentimes when you go into business by yourself, if you're the only one in the business and you got to make all the stuff and do all the stuff, it's only so much money you're going to make. Welcome from Baltimore, Mosque number 6. Welcome, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. But this is the part that I really want to talk about. Well, let me say this before. And not being so critical. We are so mean to each other. We talk about each other so bad. It's like we see each other and we just start cutting and analyzing, and whatever happened to just being grateful and so happy to see that person. But we don't. We are cutting them up, what their skin look like, what their face look like, what their body look like, what they doing now. And then some of us get so insecure. And let me just say this real quick in terms of mindset. Tommy Bailey 666, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Let me say this before I move on. Everybody is not going to like you. People are going to talk about you. They're going to talk about you whether you're doing good, and they're going to talk about you whether you're looking bad. They're going to talk about you whether you're looking fat, and they're going to talk about you if you're looking skinny. They're going to talk about you if you're looking tired. They're going to talk about you if you're looking happy. Folks are going to talk about you. Brother Elix, welcome. Folks are going to talk about you. So you can't worry about that. And people are also going to be on a roller coaster on whether or not they like you. They may like you today, but they may not like you tomorrow. They may like you right now, but then they go through something that makes them not like themselves, and so they don't like you no more. You love Amira. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome to this talk. They may wake up tomorrow and decide that they don't like you no more. They may wake up tomorrow and somebody else said something to them. Walaikum salam, sis. They may wake up tomorrow and somebody then said something to them about you, and then they don't like you. They may wake up later on tonight after they take their nap and say, oh, I just don't like you no more. You may see them today and they friendly and you their best friend, and tomorrow you might see them and they ain't got nothing to say to you. Today they might hang up on the phone to you, and tomorrow they may be liking you, but you cannot build your life on the ups and downs of people who are emotional and are on an emotional roller coaster. Let them do them and let them be them. That's about their energy. Let them find themselves. You just keep being fabulous. You just keep improving and doing what you got to do to take care of yourself and be better each and every day. I'm not the same person I was when I woke up this morning. And by the grace of Allah, I believe I'm better. And so I'm always striving to become better and better. So today, if you're tripping, that's okay. If you're not tripping tomorrow, I just can't. I can't base my life on that. Industry 5M, welcome. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Kadira Style, let me know. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Peace be unto you. Type in the chat what city you are joining us from, and make sure that you say yes if you've already liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. And if you have, then jump over there real quick and like and subscribe and click yes. We're talking about the 7-year anniversary of my book, Welcome Buffalo, New York. Ooh, I got some Buffalo stories. 7-year anniversary of my book, The Mind of an Entrepreneur. And I got a free gift for everybody that has the book. And if you don't have it, the link is right here in the comments. Jump out there and go and get it so you can get this free gift, because you're going to want this free gift. This free gift is worth, I'm going to say, at least $10,000. Straight up, no joke. So Buffalo, New York, let me tell you, I was on a project in Buffalo, New York. And it was the last project I was on right before I moved to, well, I didn't move right away to Washington, D.C. I was there on another project with the Department of Treasury, but I was in Buffalo, New York, and I had gotten offered another project while I was in Buffalo, but the people in Buffalo were the nicest people ever. Ratty Dewan, welcome. Let me know where you joining us from. The people in Buffalo were so nice. I was there for so long. I was there like 19 months, I think, working on this project. It was a merger, and and they were so nice. They were so nice that I was snowed in a lot up there in Buffalo. I don't know if y'all know, but in the wintertime in Buffalo, it snow every day. So there was a lot of weekends and a lot of days when I could not get back to Chicago. And so I was just stuck. And I met some of the nicest people. I went to some poetry readings with some folks. We had a good time. I did a lot of walking around the mall. The people, the client, they were super nice. They were so nice that when I told them that I was leaving, in the hotel, I was staying at like this suite, these home suites, like they brought me all these gifts like sweatshirts and coffee mugs. So I got good memories of Buffalo. And the project actually went really well. It was, like I said, it was a merger, 2 insurance companies that merged, and I was in charge of the merger. Chattanooga, Roddy Dewan said they're from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Industry 5M said, we need a temple in Buffalo. Yes. Yeah. But Buffalo was also the first place that I noticed, or it became really conscious to me, that we had a really big gap between the haves and the have-nots. It's not that I didn't know that in theory, but I saw it really clearly when I was up there in Buffalo. I actually went to a couple of NFL games as well, but I had a good time in Buffalo. Anyway. So 7-year anniversary, and I just wanted to say to y'all, just that mindset thing, don't worry about folks and they moves, they ups and downs, and a lot of people ain't happy with themselves. Some people ain't even that smart, because if they were smarter, they would be able to see that you was a good person, and you probably would be a good person to help them do whatever it is that they want to do. But if they ain't smart enough to act right towards you, then don't even trip. Don't even waste no time giving them attitude back. Just move around. And the next time they see you, give them a smile and a nod and just keep it moving. Because most of the time, people be going through stuff because they ain't that smart. They could be smarter if they read and studied and stopped being so emotional and so weird. But don't worry about it. Set a Sparkle, welcome. Let me know what city you are joining us from. So here's the other science of business piece that I want to talk about, and it ties into what we've been saying. And before I give that science of business, because we repeat that a lot as Muslims, well, they took the science of business away from us, but we don't really know what the science of business is. We don't really understand the principles of the science of business. Okay, welcome, DC. Used to be Chocolate City, home of the go-go. I came to love go-go music while I was in DC, but at first I was like, what is that? And I was like, I can't trip, because we love house music, and I'm a big fan of 70s music, dance music, 70s dance music. I love it. So my business partner and his family are native Washingtonians, and they are big on Trouble Funk and all the other DC bands, and so they educated me on DC go-go music, and I got it now. I like it. I'm feeling it. And they dragged me to a few performances. I forget the other band. We went to see Trouble Funk and I forget the other one. Put it in the chat if you know the other like really popular band that people are going to see. But anyway, 7-year anniversary. We say a lot, the science of business in the nation. We don't really know what that means. We think that's some kind of big formula. It's a formula, but it's not a complicated formula. Since I love go-go. Junkyard, Rare Essence, that's it. We went to see Trouble Funk and Rare Essence. But I seen Junkyard too. So, and we even went to a Wizards game one time, and they had go-go night at the Wizards game. And so afterwards, there was a go-go concert with Junkyard, Rare Essence, and Trouble Funk. And it was a couple other groups, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm into it now. I get it. I don't know all the artists, but I get it. So before I talk about the last piece of the science of business that I'm going to discuss tonight, I want to tell you about the deal that I'm going to do. If you have this copy of my book, I'm going to give you a free 1-hour coaching session. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I know I'm crazy. I'm fresh off the Power Networking Conference. I'm so grateful and excited that Allah blessed me 7 years ago to put this book in print and that you all embraced it. So if you have this book, you're going to get a free 1-hour coaching session with me. So all you have to do is send me an email. I'm going to put the email address here. Hold on, my keyboard is over here, so bear with me. It's I should have told one of y'all to do this, huh? That's all right. Mind of an Entrepreneur Today at gmail.com. Okay, Mind of an. My assistant from DC made this email address for me, and I keep saying that I'm going to change it because it's like way too long. But it's unique, right? Okay, I'm typing that. Oh, I got one more thing to tell y'all too before we go into, we're going to go into the coaching session. I'm going to give you this other piece on the science of business. I'm giving y'all game tonight. Mind of an Entrepreneur Today at gmail.com. So what you need to do is you got to send me an email to that email address, Mind of an Entrepreneur Today at gmail.com. Either send me your receipt from Amazon and show me that you just purchased it, and I'll send you a link to book your free coaching session, or post a picture of yourself with the book and tag me here with it, and I'll repost it. And then when you tag, make sure I got your email address, and I'll send you, or I can just DM you back. But if you already have the book, post a picture of yourself with the book, tag me, and I'm going to send you in your DM a link to set up your free coaching session. Yes, I'm crazy, but that's what I'm going to do for you all. 1-hour coaching session to everyone who either already has the book or who is about to purchase the book. I'll tell you in a minute why that's valuable. I'll come back to that. Science of business. Do you all realize how much money is made today on our culture? Let me know in the comments if you just notice that every commercial seems to have something from our culture, whether it's a song, a dance, just about every advertising, everything you see, our culture is being exploited. Anybody notice the exploitation of our culture? Anybody thought about the exploitation of our culture and how you just see us everywhere? You can turn on TikTok and you'll see people from other cultures. They'll be dancing. They'll take a move that we do. And almost every... See, this is the thing about us as Black people. Our struggle has heightened our creativity so much so So it's been that heightened creativity level that has put us in a position to be able to survive this 400 plus years of abuse. Mercia X, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Iador Kyla, welcome. Let me know what city you're chiming in from. It has been that has made us, helped us survive. That's been our survival mechanism. And every time we go through something different, there's a new song, there's a new dance, there's a new way we express ourselves. And all of that is being hijacked, exploited. It's how we walk, how we move, our culture, everything. And this is part of the science of business that we don't see. And we don't understand that until we own and monetize our own culture, it doesn't matter how many degrees we go and get. It don't even matter how many products we develop it, because we will give it away because we don't like ourselves. So when we don't have the knowledge of ourselves and we don't accept our own and be ourselves, let me show you how that applies in business. When we don't have the knowledge of self, we don't know who we are, when we don't accept ourselves, and when we're not ourselves, we're so busy trying to be something other than ourselves. We go into work and we're trying not to be black. We're trying to wear clothes that strip us down from our culture so that we don't represent. We try to present ourselves as much a part of the melting pot and as milk toast as possible because we don't love ourselves. So every time we're throwing away and shunning and getting rid of who we are authentically, then there's predators out there who are picking it up going, oh, this is good. I can make money off of that. And when the predator gets a hold of that, and that predator sometimes is a pervert, they start to exploit us, especially sexually. And because they need more stimulation to get themselves off, they exploit us more and encourage us to get more ratchet and more ratchet and more ratchet and more ratchet. And because we now have become freaks and we need more stimulation to get ourselves off, and we want the money, so we do more. But what we're doing is we're constantly throwing away ourselves. So then there's other people out here looking, saying, but I don't want to be ratchet. I don't want to be associated with the ratchetness. So I'm just going to try my best not to be black at all. So everything about myself, the way I think, the way I move, the way I talk, the way I roll, the way I dress, I don't want it to be black. And that opens the door for our culture to be stolen and owned by somebody else. Because if you don't want to be you, then somebody else will step in and say, okay, well, I can be you. And every time you go through more pain, and every time you create something else, every time you draw something different, every time you make a new dunk, run a different play, every time you design some more clothes, I'm just going to take it from you because you don't like yourself no way. And so we don't even own our own culture. We have people right now studying us so they can try to figure out how to create like us, so that if they get rid of us, they just keep that part of our DNA and that part of our genealogy. Talk to me in the chat, in the comment, if you get this, if you're understanding. When you're throwing away yourself, you're giving it to somebody else who's making free money off of it. That's why they become predators. They dominate you. They make free money off of it because you don't like it. So they're like, I like it, I'll take it. But until we own it, until we first understand that our culture is not ratchetness, and until we then own and monetize it, it don't matter. It don't matter what we do. Until we accept our own and be ourselves, this wealth divide is not going to happen. The majority of the revenue that is generated in this country, literally now in the world, is based on culture that you and I create. I want you to think about that. We don't own it though. So we make up things. We don't trademark it. We don't copyright it. We design things. We don't claim it. We steal from each other. So there's usually so much chaos going on in our community. Like, no, I created the moonwalk. No, it was Michael Jackson. No, it was the dude from Shalimar. No, it was this person, that person. While we're over here fighting and scrambling, they learning the moonwalk over there in Japan. And since don't nobody over here own it because we really don't like ourselves anyway, then they get it and they make all the money off of it. And then what do? They create a platform where we get to go on there and moonwalk and show them all our new creations, all our new dances. We don't even know how we're showing them our vibe, what we wear, how we wrap our hair, our earrings, our necklaces, how we move, how we talk. All of that they're studying. They're putting in a computer now and it's AI. And so they can just clone you. Y'all saw who cloned Tyrone? Don't get me started. This is the science of business. Because when you give away your culture and you don't want your culture and you don't like your culture, and what do I mean by that? You don't like your people, you don't like yourself, you don't like living by your people, you don't like living around your people, you just don't like who you are or who we are. That's your culture. And when you give that up and you have no culture and you don't promote your culture, then you go blind. You go deaf, and you go dumb. Nobody else does that. How boring would you be if all you are is just a dark-skinned white person? And this ain't no shade against white people. I'm just talking about our culture. I'm talking about pushing and promoting our culture. It's a big piece of the science of business. And we've been dissecting that on the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel for a while. Because there's a way of life, there's a conduct, there's a knowledge that was stripped from us. And when it was stripped from us, we then were taught that it had no value. And it's crazy that here we are, we think it has no value. But other people know it has value, and so they sitting up copying it and using it for themselves. Marva Money Coach, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Good to see you at the National Training Conference. You and Hanan, welcome. All right, so let's go back to the book. 7 year anniversary for the book. 7 is a very spiritual year. 7 is a spiritual number, I should say. It represents the journey to finding our divine life path. Nat Woman 56, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Let me know what city you are joining from. And if you have liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel, type yes in the chat. If you haven't, jump over there and like and subscribe and then come back and type yes in the chat. If you have my book, you're going to get a special gift tonight. And if you don't have it, there's a link here for you to go ahead and get it because this is the 7-year anniversary of the book. And I'm reading to you what the divine number 7 means. It says this is one of the most spiritual numbers you can see and represents the journey to finding our divine life path. The number 7 is connected to intuition, wisdom, growing, self-awareness, spiritual revelations, and big shifts that can have a positive impact on your life. Winston-Salem, welcome. Thank you. Happy anniversary. So, and as I mentioned, I took 1/3 of what I had written that was going to be the Mind of an Entrepreneur book, and I published it. The other 2/3, we put the subjects in radio, on Radio 1 when I was in DC, and then even now on some of the topics on the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. They are part of these writings, and really they're audiobooks is what they are. We may still reduce all of them down to a book, but for right now, I thought it was easier and it's a little bit more fun to do it via video. So if you have this book, all you have to do, take a picture of yourself with the book, tag me, and I will send you a link on how you can get one free coaching session from me about anything you want to get coached about. If you have this book, you take a picture and you tag me. And you can include in the description how the book has helped you or whatever. And then once you do that and I get the tag, I'm going to repost it, and then I'm going to send you a link to book your session. Okay? So you get one free coaching session if you have this book. This is in honor of the 7-year anniversary. That's going to be for all this week. And so the offer goes until Friday. If you don't have the book, the link is here in the comments. Go get the book because the coaching session is worth way more, way more than the $15 that you're going to pay for this book. But if you already have the book, you take a picture, tag me here at Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, and you get one free coaching session from me. Yes, I know I'm crazy, but I'm just grateful, and this is my way of showing you all my gratitude for your support, showing Allah my gratitude for His guidance and wisdom, and for allowing me to Message to the Black Man podcast. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for your great post, Message to the Black Man podcast. What city are you in? So anyway, 7-year anniversary of the Mind of an Entrepreneur book. If you have the book, take a picture, post it, tag me, and I'm going to send you a link. You're going to get one free coaching session from me. And you figure out ahead of time. I'm going to give you those instructions, what you want to be coached about, because it's one 1-hour session if you have the book. Welcome, Dallas. Yeah, one 1-hour session if you already have the book. If you don't have it, click the link right here in the comment. Go and buy the book. And when you get your book, just do that. Well, you know what you can do? If you need to buy it and you don't have it yet, you don't have to wait till your book comes to book your session. You can just send me the receipt in my email or on the DM here, or email. But it's much easier if you just take a picture. That way I know it's you. And you'll get one free coaching session. Some of the things that I talk about in the book. Oh, thank you, Marvelous Marva. Thank you. We're talking about entrepreneurship can usher in a new age of civilization. For those of you who don't know, you should know that both Christianity and Islam was spread through business, through commerce. And being marginalized is something that's interesting. That's what I was talking about earlier, where you got people, and a lot of us get caught up because people are tripping on us. We get, most of the time, what trips us up, I think, with people is that when they marginalize us, they're moody about it. It's like either you like me or you don't. If you don't like me, just don't talk to me. It's like Fantasia, right? You don't want me, then don't talk to me. Oh, I cannot pronounce your name. Muharib Ulama. Welcome. Okay. But that's not what happens, right? These people, they get hot, they're cold, they're hot, they're cold. They in your face one day, they not in your face the other day. Nat Woman say, your presentation was wonderful at the national training. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words. You all have given me wonderful feedback from that presentation, and I thank you. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I just decided I was going to come from the heart, and that's what I told Allah. And I'm grateful that it has blessed some of you. Hammond Jasmine, thank you and welcome. Wa alaikum salam. So being marginalized, what's hard about it is the roller coaster ride that you deal with people. And believe it or not, that's what you're dealing with. That's what's tripping you up, is the roller coaster ride. Because I think if you just knew that a person didn't like you and they didn't mess with you and they never mess with you, I think you'd be okay with that. But what happens is when they don't like you today and then they like you tomorrow, you're their best friend tomorrow, but you wasn't yesterday, and you're going up and down and up and down. That's the part that messes us up. So we deal with that because in business, that's a big, big deal. And then, you know what? Here's the other side of that. We have to make sure that we don't do that to people. I know for me, I'm usually very clear with letting people know that I'm like crazy busy. And so there's some times where I can reach out and hang out. There's other times when I can't. Another thing that I've learned to do, because I don't like for people to have that feeling of kind of like a roller coaster ride. If I know that I got a big event coming up or something that I'm doing, I don't generally try to entertain people unless it's people that already know me. Like my good friends and family members and cousins that know me, they know that normally before an event, like let's say the National Training Conference, I get quiet. I kind of go into myself. I'm just kind of listening and vibing and getting myself ready and praying and connecting. So they kind of know that. But a lot of times if I have a speech or an event and I go into a city, and I used to make this mistake, like let's say I went into, I don't know, Denver, and I got relatives in Denver, then they'd be a little mad at me because they feel like I would be antisocial leading up to the event. And I had to admit that, yeah, I probably will be if you don't know me, because if you want to come and kick it and hang out and we get ready to have all this fun, but I'm getting ready to make a presentation, and I don't say this in a braggadocious way, but I'm a highly spiritual person. And so everything that I do involves some measure of spirituality. So if I got to present, if I got to go talk to somebody, usually before the event is not a good time to say, hey, let's hang out, let's go to dinner. Now, once I'm done, then I'm like, hey, let's go hang out, let's go do something. And so sometimes you have to know yourself so that you don't come off that way to people. And a lot of times people just ain't smart enough to get it, or they just don't want to get it, or they didn't like you in the first place, so they don't really want to. They just want to have something to say about you. Those are things that you deal with when you're marginalized. And we talk about that a little bit in this book because that impacts our business. I was talking to somebody a few weeks ago who, and the person's okay, but they were telling me some things about my business that somebody I'm close to said something to. And it bothered me. But I said, you know what? It's my fault. So I took responsibility. I should not have brought that person into the fold. So these are all things that you learn in business. Johnny Jester, welcome, welcome. And you can be friends with people without telling them all your business, or, people gonna talk anyway. I was in a conversation. I was at a dinner table one time with some people, and it was about 6 of us, and all 5 of them were talking about what kind of man they think would be good for me. And I was sitting there like this, like, I guess they're not gonna ask me. They just gonna come up with their own conclusion. I said, let's see how that work out for them. But all of these are things that these are things that we deal with that can impact us in business, and so we have to learn. That's part of the marginalization. Slate Stone music, assalamu alaikum. Then we talk about conversations that we're having with ourselves and how we manage our inner voice. We talked about how to cultivate a mind without borders and how to move beyond our intellectual capacity. Wa alaikum salam. We talked about being authentic and developing professional intuition. I told someone this weekend at the Power Networking Conference that I was a business intuitive. They was like, what do you mean? I said, I've done this so much and I've worked in this field so much and I love it so much that my professional intuition has gotten really keen and it has kicked in. So there's a lot of things about business that I can be intuitive about that you can't. And that's what makes me a good coach. You too real, welcome. And they looked at me like, wow, I never thought of that. And I just gave them an example. When you've worked in an industry for so long, let's say you've worked in the plumbing industry for so long, you probably know so much about plumbing and you've had so many professional situations related to plumbing that you can be intuitive about the plumbing industry and about a plumbing situation. So we talk about developing your professional intuition. And we talk about the perils of a competitive mind. See, when you are a slave to those emotional roller coaster ride of those other people that we just talked about, and people who are hot and cold and like you one day and don't like you another day. Really important for us as entrepreneurs, you have to find people who can be consistent in your life. Somebody who can be a good support person, somebody who can be a good friend, who is a consistent person. And then you do your emotional mathematics based on the consistency of that person. But it starts with Almighty God, Allah, and understanding his consistency in your life. And then you develop your emotional mathematics off of that. And then he will deposit himself in people who are consistent for you, that can help you as you're navigating your way through the business world. But when you got people who are up and down and hot and cold, and one minute they talking and the next minute they not talking, you don't need a whole, some people you can't help it. Some people just moody, but you don't need a whole lot of those people in your life, especially when you're working on a business. Because you got to be keen. You got to be able to have that mathematical mindset. You got to be able to own your culture by accepting yourself and being yourself. And it's very difficult to do when people are throwing your math off when they're hot and cold and you got them too close. Okay. So that's real. And some people just, that it be their own stuff. Okay. You can't get caught up in it. Okay. We talked about having a resilient mind and developing emotional intelligence. Improving our relationship with money. You know, I'm big on money psychology and making sure that we understand the proper use of money and the proper way to see money, so that we're not making gods out of money. I hear a lot of black people say, my God is money. That's a mistake, a huge mistake, because it's going to set you up to be exploited. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, before I go, y'all got me on here talking. I've been talking for an hour. Okay. If you have a copy of my book, it's the 7-year anniversary of the Mind of an Entrepreneur book. If you have a copy of this book, you will get a 1-hour free coaching session from me. All you have to do is take a picture of yourself with this book, tag me, and I will send you a link so that you can book your free coaching session. Okay. If you don't have the book, I'm telling you, it's worth the $15 to use this link right here and go out on Amazon and get the book. Let me know, how many of you all in the chat, type yes if you already have the book, or if you're going to go and order the book and book your coaching session. I'm going to leave this offer open this week. We're not going to get all the coaching sessions done this week, but I'm going to leave the offer open. Okay, thank you, Muharib Ulama. I'm going to leave the offer open until Friday. Okay, Natural Woman 6056 says she's going to open get another book. Just Donna 55 has hers. Marvelous Marva Money Coach has hers. Okay, so all you got to do, take a picture with the book, tag me right here on Instagram. I'm going to repost it, and then I'm going to send you a link for your free coaching session with me. She says Southwest to post my pics soon. Okay. All right. Okay, family. Hope you got something out of this little talk. We're going to talk more about the science of business The Honorable Elijah Muhammad broke it down for us. It's so simple. It's so simple that I don't even think we believe him. Thank you, Brother Juan Carlos. He said he's going to buy one. The link is right here. And what you can do, Brother Juan Carlos, if you go ahead and buy it, if you buy it today, you can, take a picture, hold up your phone or something, showing your receipt for your purchase, and I'll go ahead and send you the link. Yvonne loves sunflowers. Welcome, welcome. Just wanted to let you all know, 7-year anniversary for the Mind of an Entrepreneur book. If you have the book or you don't have the book, you get a free 1-hour coaching session with me. So what you have to do is, all you have to do is take a picture of the book with yourself, post it, and tag me. And I'm going to send you a link for your free coaching session. If you don't have the book, use the link right here, order the book, hold up, you can hold up your phone with the receipt, something like that. Do the same thing, tag me, and I'll send it to you. But I'm only going to honor that for this through this Friday. Okay? We're not going to do all the sessions this week. I'm going to send you a link and you'll have an option on how to book. Okay? All right, Knowledge Speaks joined. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. You all are joining from all around the country. So that's a blessing. You feel free to share this video. I'll also share it on Facebook. The offer is good through Friday. 7-year anniversary. Take a picture. Post yourself with the book. Tag me. I'll repost it, send you a link on how you can book your session. All right, family. And if you don't have it, use the link right here. It's on Amazon. All you got to do is type The Mind of an Entrepreneur, Wendy Muhammad. It'll pop up. You can purchase it. Even if you purchase the Kindle version is in English and in French. Thank you, Sister Kenosha. If you purchase it in English or French and you do it on Kindle, you can just hold up your receipt. But let's have an honor system. Don't take one book and pass it around to 20 people. It's only $15, and you'll find out when I coach you that it's worth way more than the $15. A lot of you are starting your businesses. A lot of you are ready to scale your businesses. A lot of you just need general coaching and motivation, whether it's money psychology or whatever. There's some of you in the chat who have had my coaching before. And I do know that there's a lot of y'all who have bought the book. But I'm grateful. I want to show you my gratitude for your support, because you don't have to buy the book. You didn't have to buy the book. And I promise you, I'm not one of these coaches who don't have no receipts. I have receipts. I can back up who I am. And the advice that I'm giving you, it's either it's bought and paid for from my blood, sweat, and tears and my experiences. And I'm giving it to you for 1 free hour coaching session. If you have a copy of the book, tag me, buy it, repost. I think y'all get it, right? Okay, before we go, any questions? Anybody got any quick questions? If not, looks like it's a little bit delayed. Sister Yadara X, welcome. Sister Yadara, we are having a 7-year celebration for my book, The Mind of an Entrepreneur. And if you have the book, all you've got to do is just post a picture of yourself with the book, tag me, and I'm going to send you a link for a free coaching service, 1-hour coaching. Okay. If you don't have the book, you can use the link right there and go and get it. And that offer is only good this week. Okay. No questions, y'all. Can I be you when I grow up? Yeah, Sister Donna. Yes, you are already me and then some. Praise be to Allah. Anybody else? Questions before I go? Don't be sitting up mad when I get off of here saying, I had so many questions, but you didn't answer my question. And don't DM me no craziness. Okay, y'all. Love you all. Peace and blessings. Stay close. Make sure you like and subscribe. I ask you all to type yes in the chat if you have liked and subscribed to the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. We're going to be live this week with some shows. And I am going to try to add, I'm trying to figure out the day, one more coffee talk day. So I just got to feel it out. I'm going to feel out this week and see what it feels like. All right. Love you all very, very much. May Allah bless you. And thank you for your continued support. I'm very honored by your support. I pray that I am an asset to you and to each and every one of you that have supported, that have bought a book, that's going to buy a book. I pray that Allah blesses and shares his bounties with you, and that you are in front of more checks, more options, and a better and bigger relationship with Almighty God, Allah, and that you discover your authenticity. And y'all know what I say. My goal is to help you to become what? Happier, healthier, wealthier, and to experience more love. One more prayer for you. I pray that you experience more goodness than you've ever experienced or imagined. All right. Peace and blessings, family. I'm going to go get some rest. I'm operating on about 2 hours of sleep. I was at the Power Networking Conference and my flight left at 6 so I could get back for some press stuff today. I'm feeling myself starting to wind down a little bit. So I'm going to go chill and I'll talk to you all soon. Assalamu alaikum.